Hello everybody, this is Penguin, and I'm going to be casting today a Zerg vs. Zerg on Typhon Peaks. This is a Master League game from the US server, and we are going to be seeing the Red Zerg PokeMetapod, who I am supporting just because of his name. And in the bottom we are going to be seeing the Blue Zerg Genoside. And I'm expecting a pretty high class game. This is a GLHF going down by PokeMetapod, but this is Master League, so it's the first Master League game I'm ever casting, so bear with me if I can't quite keep up with everything that's going on, but I will do my best. So far everything is going pretty standard. PokeMetapod looks to be about a fraction of a second ahead in his production, but so far everything is going the exact same. We're not going to see any sort of cheese here. And they're both sending their overlords out in the counterclockwise position. So basically, there's really nothing to talk about. This overlord's going to intercept Genocide's overlord at some point, but we're seeing that's a lot of hotkeys by Genocide. Overlord, and then 8 hotkeys to this hatchery. Interesting. PokeMetapod's just going with the 2, the hatchery, and the overlord. Pretty standard. I prefer to have my hatchery on 4 personally, and then have my army on 1, 2, 3. But that is his personal choice. No criticism of hotkeys here. And okay, we're seeing a 14. Is that a? Yeah, we're seeing a 15 pool from Genocide, and we're seeing a 15 hatch from PokeMetapod. So that's the first actual deviation in gameplay that we're seeing from these two players. And I assume we're going to see a 15 hatch, 14 pool because he's saving up. Yeah, there's the 14 pool going down for PokeMetapod as well. And Genocide is going to be grabbing an extractor. Both of them sitting on 15 supply. Extractor is up, and he's going to be sending those 3 in. I would assume Speedlings, he's probably going to be going for the early metabolic boost. Get some pressure on this expansion here. He knows where his opponent is. He's seen the expansion. And as a result, PokeMetapod should also be able to deduce that Genocide is down there. Genocide pulling a little bit ahead, getting a queen and 6 Zerglings. He's going to be going for a little bit of this early sort of harassment on the natural there. A couple of drones getting thrown out there to come to the natural. A little bit strange in my opinion, just because there's natural's not up yet, so I can't fathom what they're actually going to be doing. And he's actually going for the Baneling nest instead of the link speed. Sorry, I got that one wrong. Getting more Zerglings. And yes, these 2 drones are going to start mining. He's getting a queen there. He's only just now getting this queen as well. So very, very late on his queens. He has absolutely no defense. He's getting 6 Zerglings and a spine crawler, though, to try to hold off these guys. These 4 are sitting right here. These 4 lings they could probably just go in and start dealing some real damage, but no, now these 4 have spawned, and he's going to be waiting for reinforcements. Morphing in 6 Banelings. Generally, 6 Banelings, pretty good against 8 Zerglings. Oh, they're going to run right into the Banelings when they... Oh, wait, the Baneling... No, he is going to get away. The Banelings are not going to be spawning that quickly. These two lings running out. 1 ling looking to be going across the map for some scouting. Interesting. Oh, ooh, well played. The Banelings not doing very much damage at all, but he's going to run them into the mineral line. And no, not that much going on. He's splitting the drones with a lot of efficiency, losing 4 drones in the end. Definitely worth the trade for PokeMetapod. Not very cost efficient by Genocide. Take a look at the unit lost tab. Yeah, it's actually pretty even, but I think that's mainly because of the Zerglings as well, the Zerglings that were lost. But PokeMetapod is not saturating his natural. He's moving his 2nd queen down there to help the wall off, but he's opting for a 3rd spine crawler instead of more drones, which I think is exactly what he needs to do. The drones, I mean, because he's ahead because Genocide is going for this sort of ling all-in tactic. He's now getting the ling speed, and he's not going to give up with this. He's going for this ling baneling all-in here. He has 1 baneling sitting with these lings, and sorry about that. Pause there, accident. Anyway, he's moving back. He's getting more spine crawlers. Now, this is massively overkill. This is 600 minerals plus the 6 drones that we used for it. it comes to a total of 900 minerals that he's using on these spine crawlers that aren't gonna do. They're not gonna do 900 minerals of damage to Genoside. They'd have to kill something like 36 Zerglings to do that much damage. So it's massive overkill, not worth it at all. He's just sitting with 4 Zerglings. Genoside with the Rufal Nubs, Oimg. He's throwing down the BM a bit there. But I mean, on the other hand, he can't be very happy either because his all-ins failed. Although roaches are going to be showing up for PokeMetapod. He's getting a Roach Warren, throwing down that Roach Warren, and if he can saturate this second base, which he's not doing at all, there's nothing mining from there. And he's gotten decent saturation on his main, but with nothing mining from his natural, he's finally making some drones at his natural. And it's about time, because having that natural is the main big advantage that he has over Genoside at this point. And Genoside is going to be grabbing his natural as well. And looking at the income, though... Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. Looking at the income, though, actually, PokeMetapod is pretty far ahead in Harvesters. He has 6 Harvesters more than Genoside, and essentially double his mineral income, and about half of his gas income. But they're both opting for Lair Tech, and so I guess, given the double gas that we're seeing here, I guess we might be seeing Mutas from Genoside, but overall, he's starting to spread some creep. They're both doing a bit of creep spread here. These 6 spine crawlers are, in a sense, a bit of a game changer, because I feel like if he'd just gone with maybe 2 or 3, he would just have so much more of a lead economically. And he has the second gas up, of course, which he's only just starting to mine from. And he's saturating this pretty well now. He's just going into big drone production. And yes, there is a Spire coming up for Genoside. The lair is not yet finished for PokeMetapod, and he doesn't have an Evo Chamber either, so he's not going to be able to get any sort of anti-air except for the Queens. And let's just go to the PokeMetapod cam. He has no idea what's going on. He hasn't even been in his opponent's base. The only thing he's seen is that the expansion is going on. So is going down. So he's still sitting on not that much stuff. He has 11 Zerglings against 18. 2 Queens. Neither of them really has that much of an army, but Genoside here, as we see, he is saving up this gas for the Mutas. He doesn't quite have the minerals for them, but he's gone into some constant drone production here, throwing up 2 more gases. I wouldn't start mining from those that early, just because the gas count is so far ahead of the mineral count at this point. And he's sending in 2 drones with minerals. It's a waste of 10 minerals right there, but otherwise everything seems to be going relatively well for Genoside, considering the failed all-in. Generally, that he committed far too hard to that all-in, I feel like it would have been very easy for him to lose. And PokeMetapod is building up quite a bit of a trust fund, getting into the quadruple digits. He's getting his own Spire, though, and I feel like what we're going to be seeing from him is just a lot of Mutas popping at once. 8 Mutas are on the way for Genoside, and Burrow and Ground Carapace are on the way for 7 Mutalisks as well for PokeMetapod, as well as 8 more drones and a 3rd expansion. That could be a very important little thing. Ooh, now 11 Mutalisks on the way. It'll be very interesting to see whether the 7 Mutalisks plus Queen can hold off against that. We're seeing the Lings start to stream over, get ready for a frontal assault. There is an Evo Chamber down there. I hadn't seen that. It's a very interesting placement. But the Mutalisks are... Where are they? Yes, there are Mutalisks right here. 11 of them. Another one's on the way. There is 1 more Mutalisk on the way here for PokeMetapod as well. And these Lings are just sort of running around. They forced the cancel on this expansion here, of course, which is a big happening there. And one of the things that's really irritating me is this Spine Crawler. I mean, he's had it for a long time, yeah. He should really have moved out at this point, though. That Spine Crawler... Oh, the engagement here, the Mutalisks. There are the Queens there, of course, but it looks like the Mutalisks are going to be plenty to be able to clean this up. There is 1 more Mutalisk flying in from behind, but Genoside cleaning that up relatively well. 3 Mutalisks do escape, and there is a Queen with pretty high energy who could start to transfuse them, but what he's going for is 6 more Mutalisks and a Spore Crawler, 2 Spore Crawlers. 7 more Mutalisks. Yeah, the first ones are going to be popping. 5 Mutalisks pop right there. They're flying away from the Mutas. He's not quite supply blocked, but a lot of Overlords are going down to Genocide's Mutaflock. And he's going to fly in here. It's a pretty bad engagement, actually, for PokeMetapod. He doesn't have enough Mutalisks to be able to hold this off. And the Queen is not going to be enough to turn the tide, especially without any attack upgrades. There's one more Mutalisk popping there, and PokeMetapod's actually able to hold this off, which I think is a mistake by Genoside. Genoside should have been able to clean that up and do some more damage. But now the Spore Crawlers are going up, and the Muta harass is over for the time being. I feel like he did a decent amount of damage, though. He especially stopped mining on that second base, and there's absolute chaos over here in this mineral line. He's got tons and tons of things going on there. Far too much saturation there, but an infestation pit is going down. This is, of course, pre-patch, so this is pre-patch 1.4, so the fungal growth is still at its old strength. Looking here, though, at the supply count, we're seeing 112 to 69. Especially with this many mutas, I just feel like if he flew in right now, and with these, if he flew in with his whole army right now, he could just win the game right here, right now. Only just now is PokeMetapod going to be going for his speed, and he's getting pathogen glands as well, so he is going to be going for the infestors, not the hive tech, which is a good decision. Fungal growth very, very strong against the Mutalisks, and overall we're just seeing massive amounts of Mutalisks. 16 Mutalisks overall. 18 are on the field versus PokeMetapod's 4. He's going to stop to kill another Overlord, and though, yeah, even that many Spine Crawlers are not going to be able to hold off that many Lings, and the Banelings are rolling in, doing massive damage. This could be the end here. I mean, the Spores are doing decent amount of damage. They've taken out a couple of these, but 4 Mutalisks, not enough at all. Genocide absolutely tearing through the army of PokeMetapod. Double Queens here, though, with 3 Spore Crawlers should be enough to hold off at least most of them. The Mutalisks have, of course, pulled away now. They're over here. And the Lings are, however, being able to clear up the natural expansion. The AA is practically gone. There's only one more Spore Crawler, which is about to go down. The Spore Crawler is down, and now the natural looks like it's about to be absolutely devastated. 2 infestors are on the field here. They're going to go in desperately trying to get a fungal growth off. If those Mutalisks stay as clumped as they are, fungal growth could kill them. He's burrowing, so they don't know that he does not know that the infestors are coming his way. Oh, they're going to fly right over them! No. That would have been such a great time for a fungal, but he does not go for the fungal. Instead, he opts to, I think he's going to go for some covert action, go for some infested Terrans, maybe. And creep spread has almost reached one another. The units are returning home. Of course, the 2 infestors are right there. There's another infestor is on its way, and they're sitting right there. I just feel like if he popped, he could kill so... If he just popped a couple of fungal growths, he could kill so much of that stuff. But instead, he's going to be going into the main. He's covertly going into the main. Okay, we're seeing drones moving out across the map, looking like he's going to be taking a couple of hidden expansions. He's got 2 more infestors at home, of course. These 2 infestors moving in. It's looking like infested Terrans to me. And just sitting there. Having a bit of an underground rest, underground beer. It's nap time. The hive takes their nap time very seriously. These Mutalisks are about to just force the cancel there. What? He's transferred all of these drones! Oh, my lord. PokeMetapod missing a great chance to just kill so many of those drones, and of course now the only thing he can really do here is just take down the tech, which is a big, big blow, but not much going on here. And the Mutalisk flock, massive Mutalisk flock, is flying straight for the other hidden expansion. That did not work. 3 more infestors are on the way. And we're seeing 4 base versus 1 base at this point, as soon as these 2 bases go up. That's really not... Although if there's one unit that can turn that around, it is the infestor. 3 infestors here, going for the mass infested Terran in the mineral line. That will take out those drones if they don't run away. Very bad engagement for the Lings as well. The Lings are absolutely choked there. These infested Terrans should be able to tear through almost all of the Lings. And of course, they don't cost any minerals. They've also been dropped here. He's taking out the lair there. He's not focus firing though, which means I don't think he'll be able to take down anything if he doesn't focus fire at those. But massive losses are done by the Lings there. He's morphing 10 Banelings in. These speedlings are also getting ready to do something on the edge of the creep line there. But, I just feel like that could have been so much more deadly if he'd focused down the lair. Losing the lair would have been hugely important, but he's also not able to expand anywhere. He's contained on his base, and he's practically mined out. He has 130 minerals left to mine. And he has built up a pretty low... Oh, no, never mind. That's Genocide. He's running out. He can make 4 more Mutalisks, and that's about it. He's not making anything right now. Genocide, on the other hand, has a massive trust fund built up. Twice as much supply. He is expanding again. He's going to expand here. Back to his natural, which still has plenty of minerals. And the infestors are going to be his key to winning this game. There's 1 infestor here. Popping 2 infested Terran. Not really worth it. These 2 infestors are hiding there in the brush. They're doubly hidden. They're hidden behind the bushes, and they're burrowed there. He's going to be able to transfer a lot of those drones. He's going to start distance mining from there. Moving down the 3 spore crawlers, far more important. Although, one of the things that's dangerous here, though, is that while he's moving those spore crawlers away from here because there's not much more in the way of minerals, so they're more important to be down there. On the other hand, he could still fly in and just take out all of his tech, which would be absolutely devastating. There's still 3 spore crawlers here, but against the massive flock of 20 Mutalisks, 3 spore crawlers really aren't going to do all that much. This army is looking incredibly formidable here. We're looking at 41 Banelings as soon as these Banelings morph. And there's an Overseer, so the burrowed infestors have all been taken out, actually. Yes, they've all been taken out. And they're looking at this as a ton of Banelings. Absolutely massive numbers of Banelings. And 13 Zerglings. Yeah, 6 Zerglings and 4 infestors against the world, essentially. And of course, Genocide, I'm really not sure what he's doing with his micro. He has no queen here. His macro, rather. No queen here, no queen here, no queen here. He has no queens. He has no queens at all. He's in the mode where he's thinking, I've won this. There's nothing I can do wrong, and he's just playing at about 40% now. His queens were killed, and he's responded by not making any queens. Of course, what he could be doing is he could be pumping out Zerglings non-stop with all the money, but he doesn't have the larva because he has no queens. So it's sort of a vicious cycle. He's just going to keep getting minerals until he gets those queens. He's not even making any queens. He's getting Baneling speed. So as soon as that finishes, I feel like it's going to be a timing push at the Baneling speed. And that would be absolutely devastating. On this hotkey, we're seeing 74 units, Banelings. He has actually everything is hotkeyed to this 1 hotkey, which is also pretty terrible when you're thinking Baneling Muta all on 1 hotkey. He is going to take a 3rd expansion up here. Yet another place he hasn't expanded to yet. He's trying all over the map. If at first you don't succeed, try again. 1 fungal growth on this army would kill like so much stuff. That just hurts that he's not using fungal. Okay, he uses a fungal there. Oh, nasty use of the Banelings there. Oh, yes, there's the fungal. There's the fungal. That's what I want. Taking out a lot of health, but he doesn't get the final fungal off on a lot of those mutas. Oh, a lot of these mutas are on 3 health. A lot of them fall down there, though. He does hold this off with infestors. Very well played. Taking a look at the units. He actually killed the entire army with like 5 infestors. Fungal growth is an incredibly useful tool, and I hope people don't stop using it just because of the patch, because it's still very, very useful. And especially infested Terrans. Infested Terrans are just obscenely good. And there's that Zergling. That Zergling is going to see this drone transfer, and that will tell him, hey, look, there's a base here. And they're almost even on supply now. He's finally making his queens, all 4 queens, and I think at this point now he's going to start really regretting that he just stopped playing. He wasn't trying, he wasn't doing anything, and at this point now, looking back at the unit counting station, the drones are even, but there's 4 infestors against a ton of Banelings, and Banelings against infestors with fungal growth just aren't going to be all that good. Especially, I mean, yeah, I just don't see this being very, very smart. He has 7,000 minerals, and I just feel like this would be an incredibly annoying game if I were Genoside, because you feel like he had that all-in, the all-in didn't work because of the spine crawlers. Then he tried to continue the all-in, it failed. Then he went with the mass Mutalisk, he got held off a few times, and then it's just like he's been not even one, he's been like 12 steps ahead of PokeMetapod the entire game, and only now he's realizing, oh crap, it's not over yet. I think two fungal growths could kill that entire set of lings. And there's 1, 2, boom, boom. He needs to burrow. But look at that. Look at that. All of those lings gone. Just absolutely brutal there. Although it looks like there was a ling attack up here that I missed, taking out his third, but he's putting up another expansion here. So at this point, we're really looking at it's actually back to a really even game. The advantage that Genoside has is that he does have 6,500 minerals and 900 gas. He has absolutely tons of stuff. But he even has the larva to use it, though. I mean, look at that. 4 larva here, 4 larva here, 4 larva here, 4 larva here. That's 16 larva that he could be using. There is an Overseer, though. This could be very dangerous. The Overseer is allowing, but he doesn't notice. The lings are picking off the infestors. Finally, he notices and tries to get into a corner, but being into a corner is not what you need. He manages to fungal them, almost killing them, getting them down to 1 health. Although the infested Terran are able to clean up a lot of them, but not before the infestors all die. Brutal hit there to PokeMetapod's armed forces. But he does have 7 more infestors. He's going squarely with infestors. His infestor play has been very, very good. And he does take out that hatchery. Well, that's the other thing. Look at all of these drones that are not mining. This is Genoside. I don't know what's wrong with Genocide's game right now. It's like, he's a Master League player. He should not be making mistakes like this. Look at this. They're just sitting there. Nothing is happening. Nothing at all. And of course his natural's almost mined out. He's got 2,000 gas, 6,000 minerals, and he's not using it for anything. He has tons of larva. He's not supply blocked. He has no excuse to not be using all of these things on... I mean, I think Mutalisks would be a massive investment that would just pay off incredibly. And there we go, 20 Mutalisks in production. But you just have to think of it, though. What if you would have had these, like, 10 minutes ago? The game would have ended right then and there. He had the money for them, he just didn't use it. He didn't have the larva, he didn't have the queens. That was the part that really shocked me. He went, like, 7 minutes without realizing that he had no queens. He's taken out 1 expansion here. He's going to force the cancel on this expansion as well. These lings are essentially his trying to get even gambit. Of course, these Mutalisks have... If the Mutalisks can stay away from the infestors, he should have... Oh, they're right there. He needs to get a fungal on those Mutalisks. No, oh yes, a fungal goes down. And another fungal, and the infested Terrans are ripping through them. Absolute devastation in the Mutalisk pack. More infested Terran, and they're staying there because they can of course see the infestors because of the Overseer. But oh, absolute devastation! He loses 17 Mutalisks, and the 3 that are left are incredibly weak. And he killed 2 infestors. Absolute devastation in the Muta pack. Oh, that was terrible. Terrible, terrible damage. And of course, this base was taken out. These lings are doing nothing. These lings could just fly in here and kill the rest of his bases, but no. He's letting these infestors absolutely ruin his day. He's starting to use that trust fund, so he's losing a lot of the... He's using up that money slowly but surely, but... Oh, my lord! The drones are still dead, even. Looking at the money, though, I think the reason that PokeMetapod has been able to do so much is that there's just been nothing going on Genocide's... Since the all-in, Genoside just hasn't done much. He got the mutas and attacked. That didn't work. So then he just sat back and then tried the same thing over and over. And of course, these infestors just aren't dying. More death and destruction on behalf of these infested Terrans. Let's take a look at these. 10 kills, 2 kills, 3 kills. I can't click it. Whatever, a lot of kills. The infestors finally do die. These 2 infestors are going to be pulling off home. He's getting a lot of speedlings himself with 7 infestors. Yeah, 7 infestors, 49 speedlings, but 49 speedlings is a slightly smaller number than 118 speedlings. But only 5 Mutalisks because he threw them away. And that's the problem with Genoside. He's just throwing them away all the time. This whole game has just been him throwing things at... Oh my lord, the Fungals! The Fungals! And it looks like the 49 Zerglings actually come out on top just because of the fungal growth. Oh my lord, and this is exactly what I've been saying. He throws his units away, does nothing. He figures, okay, I have the lead, I'll just keep throwing units at him until he dies, and it doesn't work that way. He's absolutely getting destroyed. This is such a terrible, terrible comeback. Anybody who has experienced a comeback like this where you've been in the lead, I wouldn't be surprised if he just went and took like a 3-day break from StarCraft, just because this is depressing. Especially for a player who's of the caliber of Master League. This is just not what you expect to see from them. Oh, wasting a couple of lings there on those. We're seeing more lings now. He's doing what was being done by Genoside there. He's doing the counter-offensive there. Takes out this 4th base, the 3rd base. A bit of damage is dealt there. The lings are cleaned up. Overall, though, there's no minerals here left. And oh my lord, there are no more drones. Genoside has no drones. He's going to be thanking God for the trust fund he's built up, but no drones. And he's not even producing drones, he's producing lings. I don't think he even notices that he has no... Oh yeah, Genoside, Raffle Nubs. 5s for you. You blow so bad. Okay, the BM. The irony is that Genoside has played so badly. So terribly, Genoside. Oh, little engagement for the lings. Oh, brutal banelings there, though. Genoside decimating the ling offensive. He doesn't seem to be noticed that his stuff's being attacked, though. He does take those lings out, finally. The Infestors here. We're still seeing 0 drones on the part of... It's actually very even, though, because there are 0 drones for Genoside, and there's no saturation because all of the minerals are gone at his main and his natural. So he's doing some distance mining from his 3rd, but that's about all he can muster. And he's morphing some more banelings, getting ready for another attack. Lings have been out scouting. PokeMetapod making his own baneling, making 5 or 6 banelings himself. Does have... Ooh, what's this? We see some more Infestors. The fungal growth is just so good. Absolutely decimating the Zerg army. And he's going to be able to finally force that hatchery down. 3rd try is the charm. And once again, Genoside using the exact same... I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to mean. This is US server, so I assume he's trying to speak English, but 5s vs 4 and OFL nubs love him. What? I just don't know what he's talking about. If anybody knows what he's talking about, leave it in the comments below because I am very curious. Anyway, 2 base versus 2 base, and neither has any mining. Well, neither has any minerals at their base. Anyway, he is having some sort of steady income though. PokeMetapod. 180 minerals per minute. Might be per half minute, but I'm not exactly sure. But you know, he's not doing all that well. He's being forced to distance mine, but he's doing a lot better than Genoside, who is now down to 25 supply. This is his army. This right here. And this, which I've apparently forgotten about. He's going to be picking off... He picks off a total of 1 drone. Oh, if that's not... I'm going to go look at this nub. Genoside, if you ever see this, nothing makes you look more retarded than saying how bad the person who is beating you is. Because if they're bad, you're losing to them, so you must be worse. So, anyway. Well, the BM is continuing. This game cannot... this game has just been absolutely ridiculous. I think if anybody has... Oh, he's just letting this ling kill that hatchery. That's also very smart. Oh, he's gonna... Oh, there we go. Kill it with fire. And there is a hatchery finally going down at this base so that he'll be able to mine a lot more efficiently. And this game is... Genoside could have won this game about 50 times, but now I don't see any way that PokeMetapod could lose. Genoside has finally made himself some more drones, and he's going to start distance mining with 5 drones. But I don't see this going over him at all. He's down to 10 minerals. He had a trust fund of 7,000 minerals, and he's worked his way down to 10. And I feel like if PokeMetapod committed to an attack, he could probably kick his face in with just infestors. I mean, 3 or 4 fungal growths on this army, dead. Infested Terran, hatcheries, dead. I mean, he does have 8 infestors, so... Yeah, well, this base is being set up. The gas is beginning to be mined. And, I have to wonder how PokeMetapod is in Master League. Because, as a Gold League player, and there's some more BM by him, but as a Gold League player, I feel like I could beat him. This is just really bad. Yeah, Genoside, I'm not even playing. Of course he's not even... Too easy, my... Alright, whatever. I think we can all tell that he's not even playing. Because... This is just terrible. What are we seeing here? Some Mutalisks. Oh! 3 Mutalisks against his mass ground army. Oh. Oh, Lord. Well, he's going for the final gambit push with his lings and a couple of banelings. I'm very confused about why he is referring as if there. Why he's referring to his opponent as if there are multiple people playing against him. I assume I understand more if there was context, but PokeMetapod just ignores him until the end. Lol, you jelly bro. Kudos to PokeMetapod. My man. Never give up, never surrender. And now he's going into his lings. This should be the last push. Now he's the one building up some money, and 76. 76 supply to 2. Oh, Infestor Micro all day, lol. Yeah, PokeMetapod, I salute you. And I don't understand how he possibly came back and won that game. That was absolutely terrible. I have to say, PokeMetapod didn't win that game so much as Genoside lost that game. That was so... Oh, well. The GG will... I'm assuming we won't be seeing a GG. But the quit should be coming soon. Taking out the rest of his buildings. And... Yeah, I think he's even going to wait till he kills all the buildings. Last building, and... Yep, game's over. Well... Wow, that was... that was terrible. Let's look at some stats. Hey, PM. That was absolutely terrible. Looking at the units lost station, Genoside absolutely getting torn to shreds. 36,000 as far as resources lost, as opposed to only 24,000. That was terrible. There's no other word for it. Absolutely horrible game. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and I will probably be uploading some casts sometime in the near future, but for now, I'm going to be going back to the land of playing StarCraft. Thank you all for tuning in.